Welcome back to the Prairie Shepherd. What we're talking about today is whether or not you should be socializing your dog. Now, this is a question that popped up, and we had a lot of comments on our last video. And in the short answer, yes, you should allow your dog to be socialized. Now, discussing whether or not it's going to be a work dog or maybe, and we also talked about service dogs. If you're walking up and petting people's dogs, that's a no-go. You always want to be courteous enough to ask, can you pet their dog? And that's just a common courtesy. However, we want humans to be rude. We don't want humans to be rude, but we also don't want our dogs to be rude. And we want our dogs to be polite enough from a neighbor's perspective. Even when you have a dog, let's say a service dog, and you're taking it inside of a store, that dog is still gaining a lot of socialization, right? Because people are coming up to it. When you have a working dog, such as a police force dog, that dog is still gaining a lot of socialization. It's around a lot of cops, it's around a lot of other dogs, and it has to know how to behave in public as well. Now, socialization is very important. I would say that you need to socialize your dog from the beginning, since it's a puppy, as early of the stages that you can get. And I know that you might say, well, I don't want my puppy to get diseases or anything like that. Always make sure that you got your shots. I've had a dog that died from parvo, the first puppy I got when I was in high school. But always make sure that your dog has its shots, but make sure that you're socializing that dog. For instance, there is a lady, and a lot of people, there's COVID dogs, and those dogs didn't get any socialization during COVID. And what had happened was those dogs, a lot of them had ended up biting people. I know a specific story of a gal that I work with that this happened to. Her dog ended up biting somebody. They had to end up putting the dog down. She couldn't find any place to take it because a lot of places just don't take dogs that had bit somebody, especially a kid. So what you need to do is take your dog and socialize him. Put him in those situations where he has to be socialized. Have him around people. Have him around your family. Have him around kids. Have your dog in as many social situations as you can. Take your dog out in front of stores. There's stores that you can find that your dog can walk in, like PetSmart for one. I think Home Depot allows some owners to have their dogs, and there's some local stores that allow you to bring your dog inside. You need to do that type of stuff because it's going to socialize him. This is what it is when you don't socialize your dog. Imagine you have a child and you keep that child inside of a room for most of his life or her life, and you never let that child interact with people ever. How is that child going to react to the first stranger that it sees? It's going to take it as a threat. That child is going to be scared if it's never been put in that situation. You want to make sure that with your dog, you're not doing the same thing that you're doing to that child. You want to socialize your dog. For instance, if a dog doesn't understand, then he's going to be scared. And those are the dogs that usually end up biting people. They bite because they're scared. It's either a medical problem or they're scared. It's one of the two, a majority of the time. That's what causes aggression, especially if you're a dog that needs to fight back. So, think about it. If you have your dog and you're walking down the street, and if you've had a German Shepherd, you know they are some of the bravest cowards. And I say that they're the bravest cowards because they're very brave dogs. But when they are not exposed to something, they take it as a threat. They were made as working dogs. They had to protect things on the farm. So if they were moving around and they knew everything on the farm, and they know everything that's in your house and in your backyard. They're moving around and they see something that's not supposed to be on the property that they did not grow up with, they will automatically take it as a threat. That's the same when you're walking around. If they see something that they did not grow up with, they may automatically take it as a threat. For instance, if you walk past a flag that's flapping in the wind and your dog has never been exposed to that, and it is like eye level with them, they're going to be scared of that flag. I remember one time when Grim was a puppy, I walked him past a statue of another dog, and he couldn't understand why that statue was so still and the surrealness of it. So he started barking at the statue, ready to attack the statue, because he had never seen it before. And that's what it is. You have to expose them to things. You don't want to wait till your dog is already 2 years old and then he's scared of the guy mowing his lawn next door because he'd never seen the guy mow his lawn before. He's never even seen the guy before. Heck, some people have never taken their pets outside before. A lot of them take their dogs outside to use the bathroom and bring them back into the house. I've seen people do that. And I know to some of you that'd be like, wow, that's crazy, but you know, that's reality. That's reality. There's a lot of dogs that don't get any socialization. Basically, make sure that you're socializing your dog. You want to socialize your dog, it's only going to benefit them. That's it. It's only going to benefit them. Go ahead and like the video, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you comment and like. Do that. It'll push it through the algorithm so people can actually see the content, and it will benefit people who don't understand. Peace.